lethal. You lose.
Exploding compression bullets.
No one likes to show off.
Unless what they're showing off is dope as fuck.
Fuck. That's true.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Costa here with Pop Culture Living Room. Ben from the attention-seeking geek. We're here with Show Off. How are you doing, Ben?
I'm good. I hate you playing that clip at the beginning because I always just sit back and just enjoy. I'm watching the film. I'm like ready for the next scene, and then I forget that I'm actually live. Hello.
Yeah, I really do love that movie. Like, I love James Gunn did a way better job and a good upgrade, at least in my view, compared to the first Suicide Squad. So yeah, I really enjoy that movie.
He's here. He is here.
Oh,
in all of his glory.
All right, quick here. Wait. Are you? Can you take him out and like show him off? You're gonna.
I can, but that gun is a bitch to pose with. I tell you, like, let me see if I can.
Because the first thing I wanted to do is see if you had anything new to show off. Oh, look at that. That is a thing.
He's cool. I bought this little blue starfish, and I haven't done anything to it yet. But my plan is I'm going to try and customize that little plastic starfish into a Starro, like a mini Starro.
Yeah. How's the head sculpt?
So the 𝗔𝗹𝗹𝗲 one, like, I really don't think it's that bad. Like, I did see the pictures, when it came out, and I was like, oh wow, that's not great. But when I know it's a cliche thing to say, isn't it? Like, oh, when it's in hand or whatever. But genuinely, like, when you are there, like, from some of the different angles and stuff, like, I think it's really good. But it's kind of not good enough to trump the awesome helmet, if that makes sense. Like,
all right,
if it was a Hot Toys one, then I might be like, yeah, okay, I'm gonna have Idris on show. But like, for the level that it's at, I'd rather just have that awesome kind of Xenomorph inspired helmet that he rocks. So
yeah, it looks so good. Is that the one? Does it come with the middle finger thing too?
Yes, yeah. I can tell you though, 𝗬cie Toys figures pegs.
Yeah. Really? Yeah. I have, and I haven't taken it out of the box. I have their Gambit, and it's still packed. But so you're saying their pegs are just like they just pop out.
Yeah, stiffer than like me when I was 18. It's it's hard work. It really is. But I'm sort of happy with the pose I've got for now. But to be fair, when more characters come, I can't have that gun in there because it's taking up so much real estate. But for now, it kind of makes a nice solo piece with the gun. Yeah. It's awesome, man. So yeah, I'm very happy. I've sort of one figure down out of two that I've been expecting for the last that took a while to come, and it was coming from the UK. It still took a good sort of week and a half because we're having postal strikes and stuff at the moment.
Oh man,
I know. But fair enough for them because it's bollocks what's going on. But anyway, the other one I've got coming is the Sideshow Freddy, which is from Pop Culture in Australia, and that's been nearly a month now. So I'm sort of twitching a little bit on that one, but hopefully that'll be this week, so I can show that next week to you good people.
That's awesome. I got something. I guess it's not new to the world of the 6 scale world, but it was this one was really at a price that I could not pass up. It was like part of Pop Culture in Australia's like fire sale that they're having down there, and I don't have a Deadpool in my collection. Yeah, and when I saw the when I saw the cable, I want that cable. I've wanted that cable since they announced it. So I felt weird going to get a cable without a Deadpool. So I could. It was like 160 shipped. Like,
Yeah, it's a no-brainer. It's same
yeah.
with my Freddy. You know, it was just too good to ignore, and it's like, you know what? I'll wait a year for it to come because it's worth it for that price. So that's such a great partner piece to cable though, with the because it instantly takes you into that final scene, you know, with the sort of slow-mo and the dust and everything. Love it.
Oh yeah, I know a lot of people. It's not very popular. The dusty version. Everybody wants the red suit, and I'm all for that. But this has some like character to it with the way that they dusted it up, and yeah, it does really go well with that cable, especially with that end scene. So I'm really I mean, how can you not be happy getting a brand new hot toy for 160? And it's
Yeah.
a full figure, not like a little Grogu, with the little characters, but yeah, I'm super happy with that. So hopefully one day I'll end up putting all my figures in the cases and posing them. But
One
right
day.
now it's like a shit show in there. It's like all kinds of a mess of transformers and no organization. Uh, yeah, look at it. I just got like random guys over here. Got some Star Wars up here, and
I
then
love
just
how
lots of
sporadic it
space to
is, though.
fill up.
Like, I love.
Like all kinds of space, and I just knocked over the Death Star trooper. Our gunner. He'll be fine. He'll be fine.
Happens to the best of us. I love
I'll get him in
how
a second. He's but that's also a fantastic figure. I didn't realize it
I watched your
until
review,
I bought it, and yeah,
and I was
I'm over the
envious.
moon on that. So
Yeah.
let's look and see who's joining us. We have a few people in
And
here.
then I've got
Peter,
another figure
we're gonna
that
have
I've acquired as well.
Are you I can't hear you. Are you
Can you hear
talking?
me?
Are you on mute? Or maybe I can't. Let me check my
Can you hear me, viewers?
levels. Let me check my audio real quick because I switched my talk now.
Hello.
Yeah, I can hear
Costa.
you. Did my headphones just like?
All
right, go ahead. Talk again.
They just couldn't deal with the 𝗤cie 𝗧. I was saying that I've got another figure that I've acquired this week. Oh,
they're being a little bad.
Here.
Hold on.
But you know what? As long as you,
this is why I love these headphones.
That's all that matters.
I can turn them from.
And I could really slag Costa off now while he's not listening. So let's get into that.
Ta-da.
I don't like the way, that he talks to me. All right, between the two of us, the way he looks at me, the way he puts his, himself together, his style, his display. I'm not. Oh, hey, can you hear me?
All right, I'm back.
He's back. Thank God. I was saying nothing but nice things about you.
You better. No, I'm kidding.
Don't watch the replay. So I was saying, Costa, I have acquired another figure as well. So that was just my show off, the Bloodsport. Yes.
Oh, I am so sorry. That is awesome. Yeah. Tell me.
Do you want to go freestyle again? Here we go. Whoa.
Yeah, wait. Let me go on you.
People that know me may notice a couple of new additions. So the first new addition is this. Now, this is a strange one because, so it's not a 𝗏 scale figure. It is a bendy fig of Chucky.
Oh, wow.
But it perfectly scales up to 𝗏 scale.
Yeah.
And what's nice is it's kind of it's got like a plastic sweater and stuff, but the dungarees are fabric, so it does kind of feel like it gives a little bit of that illusion, to be in 𝗏 scale. And I think because he's a doll, it kind of doesn't really matter about the paint applications as much and stuff. But it's a placeholder, and it was like what, $20?
That's it.
That's it, man.
Did
So
it-
I picked that up.
Did it come with that base?
Comes with the base, yeah. It just clicks
Oh,
on
nice.
and holds it out. You can't pose it for at all, but it scratches that child's play itch that I needed in my collection. And the other
Yeah.
fella is
Ah ha
this
ha.
gentleman here. So this is the Trick or Treat Studios 𝗏𝗏 𝗏𝗏 from Terrifier. So I've got a base coming for him because unfortunately the Trick or Treat Studio figures do not come with a base, which is very annoying. But they're such reasonable figures. They're about $120, and you know, I mean, you pay for what you get. Like the bodies are not great and stuff like that. But if you're a horror fan and a 1/6 scale collector,
Mhm.
it's just amazing because they've made about 8 different Michaels now. You
Yeah.
know, we've got Art the Clown, which is such a kind of niche, you know, sort of figure to get made. We're getting a Sam from Trick or Treat next year. So
Well, I was on 𝗙𝘁𝗧 stream yesterday. Javier,
yes,
he's in here right now. And he had an interesting question, and I'm gonna pose this question to you, and I'm stealing it from 𝗙𝘁𝗧, so
okay,
you can't
trademark fees.
you can't stop me now, 𝗙𝘃.
Stuff.
Anyway, are there any characters in horror that you would like made that haven't been made?
So Chucky is like mind-boggling that's not been made by either Trick or Treat or Sideshow.
Mhm.
It's so mind-boggling that I worry that maybe there's some kind of trademark situation. Like maybe NECA own it, but because they don't make 1/6 scale figures, it's just kind of sat there in purgatory. I don't know, because they obviously make the sort of 8-inch ones and stuff. But yeah, like I need a good child's play, and this will serve as a kind of you know, a placeholder. But that's definitely something that I want and need now. I'm sort of focusing on like slashers. I've got Freddy coming. So to be fair, I've got Leatherface on pre-order. So to be fair, I've sort of nearly got to the point where I'm sort of fairly content in. It'd be good to get a good Jack Torrance because we've
Oh
had the
yeah.
third-party one and it's not great. It'd be
Yeah.
good to get a Hot Toys level, you know, Jack Nicholson sculpt. That would be pretty special. Just trying to think now. A new Hellraiser figure because Pinhead was made by 𝗏𝗏 way back when, but it'd be nice to get a new one
Yeah.
because they're quite hard to come by now.
Yeah, updated sculpt. I'm sure like um the process to make them now, the sculpts are probably come out way better. Although you never know in the world of
I mean, I watched the new one the other day, and I'd be down for the new female Pinhead. I think that'd be pretty, you know, disgusting looking in the collection.
So the new movie. All right, we're on Halloween. We'll get to the rest of this stream, but I'm curious. Did you like it better than the original? Was it as slow as the original? What did you think?
Well, say what you feel, Costa. I look, you know, I think the Hellraiser movies are never they're never good movies. Like I very much go into the Hellraiser films for the kind of, you know, the theater of the Cenobites and the kind of silliness of that side of things, and the kind of you know, the gore and the inventiveness of the kills and stuff. That's why I watch Hellraiser films. And this new film does just that. Like it's cool. I liked it. Like I had a fun time. Like the human characters are all incredibly unlikable, but you know, they're all gonna die
That's what
anyway.
I
So
heard. Yeah,
oh
that's
yeah,
what I
like
heard.
Really,
Yikes.
from the off, I was like, please kill her now. But yeah, it's a cold night in. Get the popcorn. Don't have to think too much. You can switch your mind off and just kind of have a bit of silly kind of gothic fun. That's how I would sell that new film. But she's a great Pinhead. I really enjoyed her. She sort of really carried that kind of demonic presence and was weirdly sexy. What?
So we have a super chat. I think one of the most terrifying modern horror characters is creep.
Oh, I've lost you, Costa. I don't know if you've lost me. I don't know if they've lost you again or me. Both of us, maybe. And we are no longer on the internet. I don't know. But thanks for the super chat. If we are still online, Rackerman Chris, with the 4.99 bomb, as they say.
All right.
You're back. I was ab-libbing and things never go well when I do that.
Do you know if they has anybody made one of these, or a third party maybe?
I don't think I've seen one. No. I mean, it'd be great to have one.
Yeah,
I mean,
I don't think so either.
You know what I'm envisaging is like clip-on wings, like vulture size, wingspan. Like that'd be pretty immense. 𝗔𝗶𝗃 𝗧creepers is sort of one of the franchises, even though I sort of love my slashes and monsters, and like I don't know why it just never really struck a chord with me. I might need to revisit it and see if I can sort of, but I like the first one. I enjoy the first one. Are you there, Costa?
To me, why? I know my internet. It's not my internet. I've been trying to figure this out for a couple of weeks. Why I have lag or I have like internet issues. I don't know if it's internet or my computer. Anyway, I apologize out there for the weirdness and the slowness and me dropping out. But let's go to the chat and say hello to the people, and then we'll. Yes, and no, that's why he's here. Ben's awesome. I don't care what he says. I don't care what he says. Ben's awesome. I wanted to say Peter. We got to get Peter here to show some of his stuff off, because I know he's got a lot of good stuff.
He has, yeah. He's got a problem.
To
be fair, he
might in.
You're back in, but I lost you again. He recently acquired a Martian from Mars Attacks, and
you know what? I saw that. Yeah.
It, like so many of those figures, they're quite damaged in the elbows, like the rubber splits basically on the elbow, and also this one had paint damage on the head and on the belt. But he sent me a picture of his kind of paint job to repair the head and the belt, and it looks flawless. Like he's basically acquired it at a really good price with a couple of issues, but he's really covered those issues up perfectly, and he's now got like what I would definitely consider a grail piece for sure.
Well, did he know about those issues before he bought it? I would hope that they
like he knew,
put that out there.
Was sort of taking the risk and seeing if he could, repair it, and he's done a really good job. So yeah, we need to get him on and get him to show us some stuff.
Yeah, that'd be great. We got Rackerman Chris. 𝗙cie dropped by to say hello. He's gonna catch us on the replay. Tyria. Awesome. Technical difficulties. What did she say? I'm buffering. Technical difficulties. Stay tuned. Buffering. Awesome.
You're in and out, Costa.
Is it so? Am I dropping in and out so bad? So bad, am I? I'm dropping in and out so bad. I should have just. I was all right. So I bought a like 150-foot Ethernet cable to wire it from my from the router all the way up to the bedroom here or my office, and I was hoping maybe that's the issue. And then if that's the issue, I'll run a line up to the bedroom. But we were, supermarket shopping, got home a little later. It just didn't happen. So hopefully the next time we stream, I have everything figured out. Commander Green, hey gentlemen, sorry I couldn't make it on. Well, we're gonna have to have him back on because I want to know how he does his photography. So we'll look at his Instagram page today, but we're gonna have him on. I want him on because I want to know, because his pictures are great, and I probably we probably should have had him on anyway. We should have set it up so that he could be here to talk about it. And anybody else who does toy photography, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna have you on so you can tell us, because we're noobs and not good at it, and I want to know how you do it.
How dare you? We're gonna grill you like a burger.
What's up? Yeah. Yes, we are. Let's see. Mark Mitchell.
Hey, Mark.
Mark Mitchell is here. See, I was off, and then it caught me singing.
I was going to say it was I think it knew you were singing and immediately decided to cut out to save everyone's ears.
Tuli wanted to know 𝗙cie stream. It is on his YouTube channel. I'll put a link.
We've lost Costa again, ladies and gentlemen. I am sorry. I am very, very sorry. I'm going to try and scroll through the chat now to see if I can catch up.
I'm gonna make a fun stream. Do you want Chucky to be _1/6?
So do you want Chucky to be 1/6 scale? Yes, is the answer to that. That's so it can fit into my collection. But I do have that plush life-size one on the radar for sure, because it's obviously a lot more achievable than their other life-size one. And to be fair, like if you've got him sat down or whatever, like it's going to be hard to sort of tell the difference, to be fair, with the rigid one. So yeah, both. I'll take both. I'll take both, please.
My neighbor has my Netflix password. Probably 100%.
Yeah, either that or lots of porn. Oh, no. The good thing is, you're always smiling when you freeze.
I have to give Ben control.
How do you give me control? How does that? Can you do that?
I'm not frozen. At that time, I wasn't frozen, but I was.
Oh, okay.
Now I'm frozen. No, what? I am sorry, everybody. I have like, we want to go over Commander Green stuff. I want to do like a recap on all the tips for the display cases that I have, and then we would have we'll probably talk about the new release from Hot Toys, the announcement of the Hobo Goblin, which I'm excited about. But I hope we can make it through this. And next time I'm gonna have to I'm gonna add you, like you said, so you can have controls too if I drop out or what have you. Or can I do that now? No, I think it's too late. Or maybe I
don't know. Yeah, I don't know how that.
Yeah,
works.
I'll look into that, and then this way, if I drop out, which I hope I have this solved by next time, because it really is. What does this say? It's saying connection is unstable. if you are on Wi-Fi, try plugging your computer into a router or moving.
And mine just says,
how about this
you
real
are
quick?
unstable, Ben.
I'm going to have you be the main in charge. Just do your best, and I'm going to run and get the Ethernet and just plug it in. All right? It'll take me 2 seconds.
Wrong.
2 seconds.
I can't. Can I share my screen or do anything like that? Let me see if I can. I don't know if I can. Well, this is going to be interesting, isn't it, ladies and gentlemen? Look who you have as your pilot. Oh, he's left his mic on. Let's hope he doesn't fart or anything. Or like have a awkward argument with his wife or something. Right, let's have a look. So I'm going to 𝗏𝘁 website now, and I'm going to do the cliche thing that about 200 other YouTubers have already done, is I'm going to get pictures of the Green Goblin and we'll take a little peeky poo and see what we think. So let me see if this works. I've never actually done this before, so this could go horribly wrong. Right, can you see this? Can you see? Can you see this? No, it's not. It's not working. Oh, sad times. You'll have to take my word for it. There's a new Green Goblin. Figure it out. Apparently. Why is this not? Can you see that? Can you see me? And can you see that? I don't know. I don't think you can. Look at me. I am the captain now. Yes, but he delivers that line in that film with confidence and belief. I don't want this responsibility. I'm not ready for it. I'm like a fat Tobey Maguire. I don't want the responsibility. I don't want the power. I can't deal with it. Reset router and change password. There you go. Various suggestions there, but yeah, let us know in the chat anyway. Has anyone else picked up any new figures this week? Of course, I've been lucky. I sort of went to a Comic-Con, well, a horror con, and picked up my guys there, and got my Bloodsport as well. So it's been a good week for me. But has it been a good week for you guys? Have you had any figures land into your lap, literally from the sky? Has it been raining figures for anyone out there? Let us know in the chat. I should be able to see that. I'm sad that I couldn't share my screen. I don't know why it would not do that. You know what? At some point, me and Costa will bring you the finest production quality that you've ever experienced. But for now, just enjoy the ride. You know, this is it's more exciting this way. Don't you feel like you're living on the edge right now? We are we're the punk rockers of the 𝗏𝘁 community. Yeah, we're like the Sex Pistols, but we're no sex and just water pistols. We are the Water Pistols. That is our band name now. S-Beam.
The Water Pistols, nice.
As I said, do not watch the rewind, Costa.
All right. We are plugged in Ethernet.
You look smooth. You look cleaner. You look...
Fuck! It was the problem. Damn, I'm so happy because I didn't want to buy a new computer. Like... For a second, I thought you were frozen and fake. I was like, damn it!
No, we're back.
Real quick, Rockman Chris, a goblin accessory should be Aunt May dangling from the glider. Oh, just gut punch there, Chris. Just gut punch.
Absolute.
Although
we know the level of our audience.
This is one reason why that is the goblin that killed Aunt May. So you have to have that in your collection. Maybe.
Yes. I tried to share my screen, but unfortunately I couldn't. I was trying to get pictures of the goblin up.
Oh, okay. Do you want to do the goblin now? You want to?
Shall we? We might as well. I feel like
Yeah, let's do the
we're on
goblin. I
that.
got some. So I have a friend in Hong Kong. His name is Michael, but well, he wants me to use Michael. Wait, you mentioned S-Beam real quick. S-Beam, thank you for joining us. How's it going? Good guy. I was on a stream. I was on 𝗙•c's stream with him yesterday.
Yes,
I was happy to meet him in person.
Virtual.
I guess. Yeah, virtual in person. Yes. Yeah. So yeah, he's a great guy. So let's see. I do have some pictures of the goblin. Yes. Today we're going to do lots of singing. We're going to break out into a number later.
Yeah, the 𝗤𝗏𝗄𝐴 first album is about to drop.
All right, let's see. Where are you? There we go. All right, so these are from Hong Kong. And they're of the actual prototype in-person photos. And I put them on this screen because I can pinch to zoom, which is I kind of like that feature with my computer. Let's see. Will it? There we go.
It is.
So let's see.
It's beautiful.
Like, yeah, look at it. Just love the. Let me see if I can make this larger. That is. I mean, that is gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
So, what do you think? What are your like?
Yeah, I really like it. So for me, this design should have been the design from day one by Mr. Raimi. Like this, because it's taking that comic book look. It's honoring it, you know, a lot truer than what we saw originally. What was so weird about that decision in that first film was to take this face, that smile, that nose, that kind of crooked nose, literally a face that if you painted it green is Green Goblin and put a giant bloody helmet on it, like that never made sense for me. And I do love, don't get me wrong, I actually really like the design of the helmet and everything, the kind of aesthetic of it, but it was just always sort of frustrating with just, you know, take that off, put a little bit, intertwine a little bit of purple into that green, and you immediately have something that kind of rings truer for us comic book fans. So it was so satisfying when we finally kind of saw that on screen, and I just thought he looked superb with the kind of when the goggles are pulled down and he's got the hoodie up, and I just absolutely loved that. So I'm thrilled that we're getting the figure version of it. I think a lot of people were looking to probably just customize their original one that was coming out. So it's nice that we're actually going to get one that's more purpose built, you know, kind of has that weathering, has the, you know, the satchel, and everything is how it is in the film. So, you know, you don't have to kind of have these custom pieces that aren't quite right. You know, you've got the real deal here. And, you know, for me, this is now the premier Goblin figure. You know, it obviously beats out Toys era. It beats out the other Hot Toys release of the original one. You know, this for me is the ultimate piece. And of course, you know, part of the reason for that as well is this incredible head sculpt, which is just, it's refreshing. It's a refreshing head sculpt because it's an expression we don't see a lot of, you know, in figures. And it's just full of life, full of character, full of William Dafoe. You know, it completely sort of nails the likeness. I mean, look there. The interesting thing is here in this picture, I do feel like the paint applications on the skin texture look more authentic here, whether it's a lighting thing, than they do in that harsh lighting or in the promo pics. So again, I don't know whether it's lighting, but here the skin texture just looks a little bit more, I don't know, authentic.
Yeah, I would have to agree. Yesterday, I think I started off the day, on the East Coast, I go to bed before a certain time. You have kids, you got to get up early, you got to go to bed at a decent hour. You're going to be a zombie the next day. So a lot of the announcements come around midnight here. So it'd be like 5 a.m. around you. And I woke up, I looked at it on my little, the little phone screen, and I'm like, oh yeah, this is a really good head sculpt. I initially gave it like an 8 out of 10, and I was like, the whole thing really just vibed with me. Like you said, it is more of the comic book version, kind of, because MCU, that's what they're trying to do now with all their costumes. Back in the day, I believe they thought nobody would buy the fact that you would have the accurate comic costumes work in like a real world thing. And I'm happy Feige is like, no. We're gonna incorporate some of what is and what made the comic character. So I'm excited about that. Plus the Raimi one kind of, and I'm sure it's been said before, kind of gives you that Power Rangers vibe, like so yeah. Now this picture popped up later in the day, and the lighting, this is the lighting, like this natural lighting. That's what I think this is like. They're in a room, the windows are open, and they're just shooting, just pics of it. I think this was from JC Hong, and I had to move my number up to a 10 because to me, this is like Willem Dafoe. Like this, you could take this head sculpt and probably use it on several Willem Dafoe characters if you want. Because that hair, like he doesn't change his hair that often, the hair, and he's got that's his smile, It's
maniacal.
Yeah, I mean, you could have you could probably make a John Wick character out of this, and have that companion piece with your John Wick character, with your John Wick figure. So that's
he's in John Wick. I've never seen John Wick.
Oh my! You haven't seen John Wick?
I've seen the first one. Is he in the?
He's
first
in the first one. Yeah.
I can't even remember that. I didn't. It didn't really do it for me, John Wick. But I'm not really him.
I watched that movie so many times. I got so into it. I didn't go to the theaters or anything to watch it. This was like maybe a year or two. John Wick 2 already came out, and they were about to. John Wick 3 was about to come out, and I was like, I want to watch John Wick. I watched it. My daughter's in the room. Didn't like dawn on me, and she's like, they killed the dog? Why they killed the dog? And then she started.
Now she's on a path for vengeance.
She watched the rest of it with me. She goes, they deserved it.
Love it.
You don't kill a dog. But I almost got in trouble for that because my wife was traveling for work, and she's like, "You let the baby
She didn't
watch
need to know, Costa.
John
Come on, that's
Wick?"
where you went wrong.
Yeah, it wasn't. I didn't tell her. First thing, she comes up, Mommy, I saw John Wick.
Like, she comes home and she's, your little girl's like dressed in a John Wick cosplay, like with a gun in her hand and a pencil, just ready to rock.
You know what? If I brought her to cosplay John Wick, I wouldn't doubt that she would want to. Like, she even watched the second movie with me. Like, she knows that it's all fake and what have you. Yeah. So she just, Anyway, this head sculpt is freaking, to me, it's perfect. I believe on the YouTube channel, I think it's Ryan Carroll. He has a new channel coming out, Mr. Mom's Collectibles. He's got You should go check it out. I think there's one video up there now, but it's brand new. He's working on it.
Okay.
But he brought up, is this Yondu territory for the head sculpt? Is because like if we say Yondu is the 10 out of 10 of 10s,
Yep, that's fair.
would this be up in that area?
It's just the skin texture that worries me slightly. You know, because I do think it looks like a 10 here, but in those promotional images, for me, it's a 9 because it just does have that plasticky kind of sheen a little bit to it. And I am like, don't get me wrong, I'm splitting hairs, like I'm finding a criticism for the sake of finding a criticism, but that's my one kind of thing. That, and the thing is with Yondu, you skip that risk because he's bloody blue, you know. So it kind of, you know, you can get away with it a lot more. But so we'll say, look, if because this is obviously a prototype, if it looks like that, yeah, Yondu territory all day long.
I totally agree. This picture right here, we get this. It's Yondu. I think it does hit that. And you're right about the lighting. Like, I don't know why. I guess Hot Toys lighting is just crazy harsh. When you're at Secret Base. So, but yeah, we get this. It's Yondu. It's some of the Leias, like the latest Leia, the Endor Leia is like perfection. Even the Bespin Leia, I think, is up there. They've done a lot of good sculpts. Tarkin, Krennic, like those are like the upper echelon sculpts, and this definitely does hit it. Let's see, we have a super chat, $4.99 for Makaman Chris. I think I was 5 or 6 the first time I watched RoboCop. I don't know what my parents were thinking.
It's the 80s, man. It's the 80s.
Yeah, I was my godfather took me to see RoboCop, and I believe I was, when did it come out? I think I was 10 when it came out. A 10 or 11. But yeah, he took me to the theater and we saw RoboCop. I loved it. It was awesome.
Explains a lot about
yeah. SB won't be able to answer that, but yeah, until you get it in hand. That's true. Yeah, definitely. This is a prototype. Prototypes generally should be better than the production. Sometimes that doesn't happen. Sometimes you get lucky and those the end product ends up being like worlds above the prototype. So
I think it's hard though, isn't it? Like why should it, like, it should be the same, really. Like, you know, if you buy a sofa and the prototype looks a certain way, you're not going to expect differences, you know, in the sofa that you actually order. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, we kind of, as figure collectors, we all kind of resign ourselves to the fact, like, oh, prototype, you know. And I know it's about being mass produced and stuff, but it's also like that's what you're selling, you know. That's what you're selling to us. So it should, my expectations would very much be, no, it should look like that, you know. But it isn't always the case.
Yeah, I think a lot of it has to do with who's painting it in the factory, versus I guess the prototype. It gets all the attention. It's got the one person just working on it and making it look really good. But you're right, why the prototype should look like the final product. So the final product should look like the prototype. So yeah, this is.
But I guess you're right. You know, it could be someone's last day in the factory and they draw a little penis on his cheek or something. Just to
that would be. I wish the stories like that would come out, but you know, I don't know.
Like a tan line.
I don't know if that would happen in China. If like story come out where factory worker draws penis on hot toy face. Collector gets it in the mail. Collector gets it in the mail. Says, "What the fuck, Hot Toys? Look at this! Look at the suit. Like,
I mean, there's just almost too much to even take in. It's like
I know.
It's a feast for the senses. It really is. Yeah, wicked.
It's so good, so good.
And you know, this is one of the amazing things about being a Hot Toy or 𝗏/6 scale collector, is that you appreciate the costume designers on a whole new level.
Oh, yes.
You know, because you kind of watch these films and everything becomes part of one experience, you know.
Yes.
Whereas when you have a figure and you're really zoning in on, you know, I mean, even to the point, I know it's third party and stuff, but even to the point with my like tactician or Bloodsport figure or whatever from 𝗬cie, it was like I just didn't realize all the little, you know, and where his holster, where, you know, how that all worked and stuff. And it's just like it's one of the most exciting parts, I think, of being a collector, is really kind of drinking in the full costume in its kind of entirety and detail and stuff. And it's amazing. This is prime example of that.
Yeah, it's like how they get it shrunk down to this size and still get the little bits of detail and paint and I mean, they could have been lazy and not followed what the actual costume looked like through a ripped up hoodie on the other figure that they have coming out. But
yeah,
nah. But look, yeah, this is I'm really excited about, like, because Spider-Man. I have like my two faves, Spider-Man and Batman, are at the #1 spot, and
That's
No
why
Way
we're
Home.
friends.
You're same with you? Is that what you said?
Oh yeah, it's like integral to my culture, I'd say. It's like Star Wars.
Yeah.
Comics is a kind of thing, but if I were to break comics down, it would be like Batman, you know, Batman and Marvel, and then out of Marvel, it would probably be Spider-Man and the X-Men level pegging. So yeah.
Yeah, so I knew that they were gonna announce this at some point, and this was a pleasant surprise for the week. It was a slow week. We got one release, the Blurg with the Mando, which is all right. Because with the Mando show, I tend to find myself being more interested in the figures when the show is on, and then when the show ends, I'm just like, I ordered Quill or I ordered this figure and that figure, and I'm like, I don't really have interest in them right now anymore. So, is it kind of the same for you? You lose that, unless it's obviously a nostalgic type of figure, but is that what happens to you too? Do you wax and wane when it comes to figures with when it's in or out?
I mean, I've kind of got to a point now where I've got a very concentrated collection now. It's very strictly certain things. The only kind of, you know, shelf that is more open is probably the horror slasher shelf, but even that it's sort of fairly specific. So I don't necessarily have like oh, you know, I want that because it's on TV at the moment or whatever. It's more for me, it's more a case of like, I want that because I know I need it as part of my collection. And my collection now it's pretty much kind of highlighting my favorite films, you know, pretty much, you know, my favorite stuff.
Yeah.
So it's not I don't really have that kind of flavor of the month element to my collection, at least not anymore. But it's such an amazing piece, but it's so bloody niche. Like, it's so niche.
Yeah.
And it's so odd looking and you know, like I love the design of the Blurg. Like I love how they pulled it off in the show and how real it felt. But it's a big fish dinosaur. Like it, you know, like it's not and it doesn't have that. You know, if you've got guests round and a guest sees a Tauntaun, they're going to know what it is. You know,
Yeah.
they're going to, oh, that's that camel thing from Star Wars or whatever. Like they're going to look at a Blurg and maybe leave. It's just a very, very niche release, and the weird thing is we're getting free SKUs for it as well. So it's like there's potentially going to be a whole army of blurgs out there wanting homes. There's going to be adverts at Christmas like, give a blurg a home this Christmas. The blurg's in need. Donate by texting. Yeah.
Yeah. So I feel this. I feel the same way that it's. How did this get a release over a Tauntaun or a Wampa, or anything in Jabba's world? You know, there are plenty of aliens out there too that they could have done. But
give us a Nien Nam, please.
yeah, give us some different stuff. Let me see. I'm trying to pull up Commander Green's.
I'm really hoping that for Return of the Jedi anniversary we get some real great creature releases. Like I'm hoping for some different Ewoks.
Yes,
I'm really hoping for that. And yeah, I'd love to see like a Bib Fortuna or a Jabba, or I mean Jabba would be an absolute beast. I mean the Sideshow one is a beast, so God knows what it would be like if Hot Toys did one. But
yeah, I don't know if Hot Toys is allowed to make that since Sideshow has it right now, because I believe so from my research, my internet sleuthing, Hasbro has the master license for all things Star Wars toys. That's why Funko has to put bobbleheads on them. So anything outside of that could be construed as an action figure has to be a bobblehead. Lego only, the minifigs had to be named something different, I think, for them to be able to use them as Star Wars. So Sideshow has the license for 1/6 figures through Hasbro, and they have a relationship with Hot Toys where I guess Hot Toys, is allowed to grab what licenses they want as when they talk to Sideshow and they discuss, who's gonna do what. That's why you have a Lando on Skiff Sideshow, which goes, I guess, really well with that Jabba. That's why you also have those horribly priced, let's say, horribly priced Clone Wars animated figures. They definitely need to drop the price down on those, personally.
I'm still waiting for CAD to go on. They haven't put CAD on pre-order yet. They only teased him, and I'm sat here waiting.
Yeah,
that's something that I want to give them my money for, but it's not yet out. So
I want to give them my money for every figure except for Ahsoka, because it's a little off to me.
Everything.
Yes, for Yoda, Obi-Wan, and Anakin, but I still think they're over. Cool. Yeah, that if that Yoda turns out that way, it's an amazing prototype. Like all the prototypes that they've shown, I think they're great. I think the final products turned out good, not as good as the prototype, but I also think 255, where you can get a really good with a sculpt hot toy for the same price, it just makes no sense that they're pricing those at that level when, like, the quality is not Hot Toys, the body quality is not Hot Toys. The sculpts are good, but you can get a much superior product for the same price. If they drop them down to like 175, I would have bought them all, like easy peasy, done, 175. But anyway,
it's amazing with these companies that sometimes, as you say, just $40-$50 difference, like that's all it takes to kind of tip people over the edge. And the weird thing is collectors will end up getting multiple ones because of that price, so we'll actually end up spending more money than what we would have anyway. But it's almost like, no, I'm not paying that. But then when it's a little bit less, you're like, oh, okay, we'll talk now.
Yeah. On that note, let's go and look at the man, the toy photographer,
The myth, the
legend,
legend.
Commander Green. What I hope that this stream can be is a showcase of the collectors out there. And I've tried to have people reach out, hey, if you want to show, your Instagram, whatever. Now, I haven't gotten too many responses. I don't know if people are just like skittish about, showing off their stuff or like promoting their photography. Now I'm coming to you. So if I email you or I message you, you better be ready. I'm kidding. Yep. I'm kidding. Let's see here. Share screen. No window. There we go. Let's see if I can do this.
I believe in you.
I know you do, Ben. That's why I like you so much. Let's see.
Execute Order 66.
Is this not a sick picture? Let me see if I can make it bigger. Let's see. Yes, there we go.
One of the first tattoos I got was a trooper helmet with Order 66 on the side.
Oh wow, nice.
This is a special moment.
Hold on. Let me get you on full screen.
This is a tattoo show and tell.
Damn. That looks awesome, man. Tattoo show and tell. All I have no tattoos of any what do you call it? Of anything that's geek related. Although when I'm going in November to get another. So this arm is the kids. So it's like that's my son. The cyborg line is my son. That's the middle daughter. The oldest daughter is over here. Now the youngest wants a ice wolf, so I'm putting an ice wolf here.
Wicked.
Yeah, and so I am planning on one of these up here or over here to be like a pop culture sleeve. So we'll see.
Very nice.
We'll see how's that. So what do you think of this? This is it looks like this is Commander Cody talking to Kenobi.
Yeah, it does look like Kenobi, doesn't it? Yeah, not Palpatine.
But I mean, that
unless
lighting...
we're mistaken, but yeah, very, very cool. Yeah, the hologram does not look like a figure. That looks like a hologram.
No,
the way he's able to sort of, capture the light inside the hologram sort of thing, and not anywhere. And it's almost like it's kind of projecting that blue haze into the kind of the helmet of Cody there, which is it's special. It's a very special photo.
I'm sure on Figure Flex Friday, if this was this a hashtag Figure Flex on here? Yep. I'm sure Layel showed this off. He's let's see. This heartbreaking. Yeah. I hope they make this for the anniversary. I have a feeling that they won't be able to because
it's another Sideshow thing, isn't it?
Yeah, because Sideshow has the Han Solo. We have the Lando skiff. It's just making me think that I think this is a Black Series figure. Yeah. So these are the 6-inch figures, and look how good he makes them look.
Yeah. It's because sort of untrained eye, first glance, I thought that was a Hot Toys,
Mm-hmm. Same.
And he's completely elevated it. Very, very cool.
Yeah. Let's see.
Love the way he's done the nice touch with the lights on the side of the carbonite, lighting up and stuff.
Now, is this the regular Death Trooper? Let's see. This is it's the regular Mandalorian Death Trooper. So looks good. I'm always, when I try to do figure photography, I'm like, let's brighten up all the lights because I can't see what the figure looks like. And then this is subtle, just like you can see where he does have a white bright light there, where the eye part part of the helmet. It's like white there on that left side. Is that the left side? Yeah, I guess if it's facing us, we'll say it's the left. But yeah, just I'm envious of all these photographers and how they make this stuff look so good.
Yeah, it's very annoying.
Bastards.
I did my first reel today, and I was just like, oh man, it's just
Oh yeah,
compared to like others. But yeah, no, I'm throwing the shit at the wall and seeing if it sticks.
I might have to check that out. But yeah, there we go. Now that, look how he makes a.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
Yeah, he makes this Ahsoka just look. If I didn't already have it, I'm like, I gotta get it.
Would you recommend this figure?
Personally, only if you're like a real fan of Ahsoka. I'm afraid of like any kind of splitting in the arms. So she is just in a straight arm pose. The other things that I don't like, which I do have in my review video, is that the belt buckle broke. That I'm like maneuvering the stuff around, and then it just like popped off. It seems like it's weak there, but it's breaks perfectly so that you can put it back on, and it doesn't.
It's not good for a new figure though, is it?
Yeah, no. And then the armor scuffs really easily. Now it could be a good thing, and it could be like, if you want a little bit more battle damage look, occasionally it's scuffing up on you. It's not really a big deal, and that's how I look at some of these figures that are like too clean. And if they get a little, little nick here or there, then hey, it's battle damaged. So that's the only other issue. Other than that, I like the look. I like I initially I'm like, why do we need rolling eyes? I never roll them because I used to never pull them out and change their position. So I'm like, why purrs? What's the point? But now I'm kind of like evolving and changing my mind on that, because I do like, if I put her in an action pose, she can be focused on a spot, and it gives it more of a like realistic view, especially if you have your head turned and you're like looking to the side. Your eyes are still still turn or still move a bit, unless you look back at this. Or what that would be like, she's like fighting this person but looking over here, then you could do that with the purse system. So yeah, I would recommend.
I love the way he's kind of captured the lightsaber light, though. It's almost like you don't need to see the lightsaber, but that blue haze is the lightsaber. Yeah,
dude. Thank you for pointing that out, because I didn't even.
I think that's what
he's
going for anyway. But yeah,
no, it has to. You see how her arms are? That has to be.
Yeah,
like,
just the reflection on the bottom of the trooper there. Like,
the nuances. Good catch. That's. Thanks. I do enjoy that one. Let's see what's next. Some more troopers, of course. Having the name Commander Green, you are a Star Wars lover because it's Commander Green.
Yes.
Cody.
I wonder if he's got any of the Wolf Pack. The Wolf Pack were always my favorite troopers.
Let me see. Yeah, let's take a
those boys. Oh damn! That Moff Gideon looks incredible.
I know. I pre-ordered Moff Gideon, then I unpre-ordered him, and then I bought him. I know. Look at that.
So this figure, I've seen a lot of people make it look not great, to be quite honest. Like have undersold it, or lit it in a way where it's almost like the skin color's slightly off, and it's like he's kind of got this like grayness to him, and it's just like it really put me off the figure, but this this looks like 𝗔𝗀𝗃. Like he's completely. I don't know whether you've actually gone less is more, you know, in terms of the kind of lighting and how that kind of makes the skin texture look and stuff. But it just that's one of the best photos I've ever seen of this figure for sure.
Yeah,
Wicked.
this.
I'm meeting
Like,
him next month. I'm so excited.
oh,
yeah,
nice. What
so
at one of the
excited.
cons coming
Yeah,
to your
Liverpool.
neighborhood?
Yeah. So I'm
I
going to Liverpool, and I'm really excited for that. It's been I had him booked a couple of years ago, and obviously COVID and everything like that. So it's been a long time coming, and I've got my 𝗤𝗏𝗄 uniform ready to go.
nice. Oh, I definitely gonna have to see pics of that. Let's see. Yeah, I'm kind of jealous that of all these people coming for Celebration next year. That I'm debating on just swallowing
What?
the cost of
Oh,
no. But I don't know. At this point,
Jesus.
maybe I would to get like a regular price ticket.
You've got to do what you got to do in life. You know?
Yeah. It's Star Wars Celebration, and if I gotta swallow, I gotta swallow. I mean, come on. Let's see.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. Welcome to my stream.
That's the level.
No, I don't. Yeah, I don't see any of the older ones, but I
Technical
do.
difficulties and blowjob jokes. We're here for your Sunday entertainment.
Warning: this stream is for adult collectors only.
I used
Anyone
to,
under
like,
the
when I
age-
was like a teenager, like when there was a message like that, it used to get me dead excited. That like this is going to be wicked. Whatever it is, it's got a warning at the beginning. Like it used to get me hype. Maybe we should put one on at the beginning of this show. I'll make one. I'm going to make one and I'll send you it. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love Anakin. I love this right here.
Yeah.
I don't know. Just it makes me sad too because he looks so like. I'm not really a bad person. I was made into a bad person.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I don't know. I draw the line
here you
at
go.
slaughtering children.
Yeah, well, that was after he became a bad person, but
Yeah, okay.
Look at that. Look at that. That face looks awesome.
That's nice. Yeah.
When this first was announced, I was like, Ahsoka done it as a real life version, and then I'm like, oh, I love it. Compared to the sideshow version, this is the best version ever. Which, I mean, look at it. It does look
pretty cool, man.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
So one last thing with Commander Green, I want to show you something that he sent me. And for those out there who are starting their figure photography journey and you're feeling like, oh, Commander Green wants to hop on the stream. Should we get him on?
Yes.
Yes. Let's do it. Cause let me invite you, Commander. Sorry, I'm just I like to sing sometimes.
I'm enjoying it. Right. So that reel that I uploaded has more views in the last hour than I think any of my videos have in the last 2 years.
Let me tell you something about reels, because I'm like been studying. I've been following a bunch of like YouTube creators.
And I've gained subscribers.
Yeah. So that's a good thing about reels. The one thing that happens is you'll jump up and you'll get like all these views, and then it flattens out, and it makes you feel like, what happened? Why they don't like it no more? Why? But that's just the nature of reels. It's you know, people going through and then Google or YouTube with the algorithm deciding if you're worthy to continue on and how long people are looking. And I learned, like, if you loop it and make it seem like there's no beginning or end to your video, you can trick people into rewatching these. So
I'm not tricking my audience, Costa. You're a horrendous person.
I'm definitely checking out this reel. I sent the link to Commander Green, so
Sweet.
hopefully we will see him soon.
I'm expecting him to be in full armor.
Have him wearing a helmet. That would be great.
That's how I've envisaged him. Like, you know, you envisage these people, don't you, that are in the chat that you've never met or whatever. That's how I
will
envisaged
say,
him on screen.
yeah, like who, like 𝗙cie. It was really interesting because, like, for months, you know, hey Costa, you know, in the chat, hey 𝗙cie, what's going on? What's up? Love this, love that, you know. And I'm like, oh, very humbled, and then just to meet him, I wish we could do, like, arrange a meet for everybody at a central location somewhere, and maybe do, like, we could do it like
world.
do a yearly thing, because, man,
Japan or something, like everyone.
Yes, that would be. I would love to fuck
somewhere random, you know, that like no, like yeah, like we don't have anyone from the community there, so that is the middle
there we
ground.
go.
That's where we go.
Commander Green is coming out.
Salute on entry.
What is up,
What's up?
Hey, man.
How's it going?
Doing good. Honored to be on here with you guys. Obviously watch all you guys like every week, so it's pretty cool to have a chance to hop on with somebody. I know I've been on Maz's streams and a few others in the past, but just really cool. Thank you.
Nice to meet you, man.
Yep.
Yeah, I was saying that I love your photography, and there's a lot of talented people in the community. And why I know that Lael does Figure Flex Friday. I'm trying not to gank or like steal from that, but I just want to show people off. Also, like last night I was thinking about, why didn't I send him a link and we could talk about it, because I want to learn.
Right.
Like, I want to know, because I'm like the worst with lighting. I'm afraid like it's too dark, and why is this not working here? And even with my stream now, am I too pasty? Like, how can I get this like white pastiness? I'm Greek, for God's sakes.
I mean, you need to shave, but other than that, like,
oh yeah.
Well, and I'm my mom's family's Czech and my father's family's English, so I'm gonna be pretty much really bright cast light no matter what shines. I'm yellow from this lamp over here, so that's just the way I am. Yeah.
All right. Well,
so I understand.
Let's take a look at. We're gonna start from the beginning again. Let me see if I can make this full screen so we don't have to deal with. There we go. Oh, so we noticed that this is Kenobi. So Cody is talking to Kenobi. So how was this set up, and how did you get the blue to glow? Is that like when you did it in person, or did you Photoshop a little like extra glow to it? Just
no, that was just. That was just and I need to do more behind the scenes stuff too. I know Ben earlier was talking about reels, and I need to do it like kind of as a reel and do some
show and tell,
BTS. Yeah. But this one, all it was a simple black background, and then a light cast from above, kind of above left to light up Cody, and then I have a little colored like puck light, like what you'd put in your closet. It's like an RGB light.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, and at that time, I have panel lights now, but at this time, it was just a little color one. I have it basically just out of the frame on that like right camera right, so as it's shining back, it's just enough to cast some blue on his helmet, and it basically lit up the hologram, I think, more than I even thought it would, to make it not look like a figure, because I mean most of the time you can tell it's like, oh, that's just a piece of plastic or whatever, but it definitely gave it enough of a glow and kind of like livened it up a little bit, let's put it that way.
My one question is, how do you use the light to light up the figure without it bleeding into that background? Is he far away from that background, or
Yeah, I think the way that I had that set up, it was probably a good foot and a half, and then I tried to angle, because even with black poster board or foam board or something like that, you're still going to get a reflection like off of that. So just to angle the light so as it's shining, it's not shining back towards that and just shining more. I know they also call it, like, there's flagging material that people use that you could put like around your light source that directs the light away, like from the background, foreground, etc.
Oh,
Stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I don't get too deep into that because I mean I've been doing this for probably 4 years now, but I don't get into like super detail and with a lot. I'm not as technical as most people. I don't use Photoshop. There's an app, PixArt. It's an app on my iPhone that I use for editing for like all these little lights and stuff, like on this carbonite block, stuff like that.
Yeah,
oh my God, that's totally the app that I use as well.
Oh, nice. Yeah. There you go.
I thought I was the only person. It's great, isn't it? I love using it. It's really user friendly. Like it's really kind of just quick and easy. Sort of, yeah. Oh, I genuinely thought I was like the only sort of person who utilized that. So, clearly not as good with it as you are, but yeah, it's wicked.
Yeah, I have like the 𝗬บี่suite, so I'm like, oh, but if that's easier to use or what have you, and it works well, maybe I'll look into it. This picture right here, initially we both thought these were 6-scale figures until I noticed in the hashtag, because I guess our brains are on 6-scale figures right now, and but this is a beautiful, beautiful shot. It, like, the emotion that you feel because you know what's going on here, and at least if you've watched Return of the Jedi, and just how you got that light. I guess you have a little puck light coming from the base behind them.
Well, and the funny thing with that one is that that's one of those moments that you're able to catch, because even this one, I think I had it set up under my TV. And the light was the puck light shining up, which is the orange cast up, and that is actually the light from the TV shining down. And I use like atmosphere aerosol, the fog. And as I went through each frame, there were some that didn't have anything, and then all of a sudden, this one had that cast of light shining down. So
wow,
it was kind of that cool. Like lightning in a bottle kind of thing. You're just like, oh, okay. I guess I didn't expect it to look that way, but I was really happy with that one.
Yeah. What camera is it that you're using, Green?
It's a Canon a Rebel T6.
Okay.
And it's just I think it was like a little over $500, and it comes with 2 kit lenses. It's like a 35 to 50 or 18 to 55 millimeter, and then a telephoto lens that comes with that.
Nice. Do you use that for other walks of life? Because this is the thing for me. Like I probably can't constitute investing in a camera like that, just for my figures. Like, do you use it for like family affairs and other stuff, or outdoor things?
Well, the big thing for me at the time, and my son doesn't do as much now, but it was kind of when we first bought it, it was kind of a hobby thing for both of us that we, really going to use it for that. I know, and obviously you have your streaming camera, but like I think Maz uses his M50, Canon M50, and then that one has always been like really used by a lot of people for streaming and and videos and such like that. So like at least it has kind of a dual purpose too, with that camera, which this one does video, but I've never really messed too much with it. So
yeah, I use the M50 for, like, I'm using it right now to stream this, and then I do the pictures and do my videos off of it. Like, the M50 is very versatile. It's not as expensive. Again, it doesn't, like, the camera cost, you don't have to get a very expensive camera to do amazing things with it. It's all how you learn the settings and, what kind of lens that you have, and learning how to use that lens in those processes. So like anybody out there could, you know, do this on almost any camera out there. So anyway,
Yeah, and
don't
like
have to
when you were
spend
asking,
a ton.
when you were asking earlier too, and that's the biggest thing. Again, I'm not very technical savvy, and again, and Maz will start throwing different terms and things to me, and I'm like, yeah, I have no idea what you're saying, so that's cool. But really, don't be afraid of the camera. Just you go into that manual setting, and just what's the best part about digital cameras, because I used to mess around with an old 35mm Rebel, 20 years ago. It's like, just whatever you don't like, delete it, but just go through every setting, just keep taking photos, different lighting and stuff like that, and then you'll narrow it down and narrow down the process and kind of get it where you want it. And I mean, I'm still learning a lot, but it's fun. It's fun.
Yeah, nice. I might have to invest at some point, definitely.
Absolutely, yeah.
This Death Trooper, I guess the lights are like, this lights up, right? The lights are on for this one.
That one I don't think I had the lights on, and that was just
oh wow.
And Ben will know, like in that Pixar app, it has stickers that
stickers.
It's like a green glow, and then I think I put or two different ones. I put like a little white core in the middle of it, and then the green one first, and a little bit brighter, more whiter core in the center of the light to make it look like it's.
Clever.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, that turned out great.
Kind of like that theory of like a lightsaber, how it has that like brighter core to it with the light. So,
So, this looks amazing. Ben brought up the fact that, is the light coming up her lightsabers? Is that what you were going for?
Yes, I have my panel light laying behind her, and this is just cropped in tighter. Like before, I had the stickers for the sabers on the photo. But as I looked at it, it looked better as like cropped and tighter around the characters. So yeah, that just kind of, it cuts out the sabers, but that is technically the glow from those.
So good.
Let's see. Rockman Chris says he really wants to get into toy photography, but I have this weird fear of starting and don't know why. I shoot with the A7R3.
Just get going, brother.
Just do it.
Yeah.
Just do it. I'm gonna.
It's so much fun. I know people have looked at me weird. There's a trail not too far from my home, and when I first started, I mean, there I am on the side. There's like a little stream coming down, and I'm sitting there, and I've got my figures in there, and it's like if people want to look at you funny, it's whatever. It's my thing. It's what I do. I have a good time doing it. So,
yeah, good for you. Well said.
No, I mean, it's like, and there's so many. Again, like with anything, there's headcanon. Everybody has like what they would imagine a story to be. It's like, well, with these, you can tell your story. So. Yeah,
like you pull off some really cool stuff. And since Chris brought that up, I'm gonna pull up. I'm gonna pull up the that composite, the collage thing that you sent me, showing a year apart and what actually practicing and doing it and how you go. I mean, it's with anything. In the beginning, you are not going to be good, and that is something that people, and including myself, have a problem with, where I'm just like, this sucks. I suck. Everything sucks. Why am I doing this to myself? But it's practice.
No, I used to play guitar, and I mean, that was my thing. I would get very frustrated, and I put it away when I should have just practiced more. But instead of that, I would get frustrated and put it away. This is kind of the first thing where I've tried to really kind of push myself and get better and better.
So look at this. March 2019. This looks good. It's not.
I was going to say,
it looks good.
Yeah.
March 2020. This looks better. And I'm like, how? How is that? Like, it just, like, you must use the spray smoke or something behind them?
Yeah, I used the atmosphere aerosol, and I think it was the sunlight was probably behind it. Yeah, because it's like, I think probably right of the figures, or camera right, because you can see a slight glow, like on the helmet of the Mud Trooper.
Yeah.
But
so the atmosphere aerosol, does that... It doesn't damage anything in any way, like you know.
I've tried. People say that it doesn't. I mean, even when I shoot a hot toy, I make sure when I'm like spraying it that it's behind it. It's not like any of that stream, because I still feel like I've seen like a slight residue like on a table that I've had it on and stuff like that. So I don't ever want to take a chance. Like, and that's from like shooting it down like into the table. But it's really cool though. I mean, there's some that. And there's some other photos probably coming up later, or that I could like share later on. But if you spray it, especially when it's cold, and you spray it directly into the ground, it'll hover like a real thick fog across.
Oh wow!
The like above the grass, it'll hold kind of in that space. So there's different little techniques you can do with that, and people also use it with fireworks. So when it especially with Black Series, not Hot Toys, please no. But when it ignites, it'll glow, and it'll actually like pick up. I mean, it's probably not the right thing to do, and I'm sure there's a warning label for that. But you can get some really really cool shots with that.
So, is there do you have a favorite picture that you have, like the thing that you're like, oh, this is like perfection that I did?
I do. It's actually, I think, because I reposted, so it's actually the 𝗵𝗏 stormtroopers. It's probably like the 4th or 5th column down. If you go down right there to the left. Oh, sorry.
Oh wait, you talking about these guys up here? These right here?
No. Right there with that one right there.
This where the cursor is.
That one there, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
That one right there.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
That one was a Christmas miracle, I would like to call it. That was like Christmas morning in 2019, and again, if you even look at my photos like before and after this, it's like, again, learning. But sometimes you get that moment where you catch something and you get it just right, and it just happens and it comes out. I feel like perfect, and I like love this photo. The posing, the light, the atmosphere, like everything about it.
It looks real, like it could be a cell from the movie.
Yeah, for sure.
And this was one I'm lucky enough. I was able to meet Terry Smith. He used to live here in Charlotte, and through Ryan, 𝗔𝗹𝗹𝗏𝗏, and Kent Pool, Kent Pool Live. We all we used to hang out and talk about photography and stuff like that. And even at the time, he's like, oh my God, he goes, this is like one of my favorite photos this year. So for him to say that kind of meant a lot. And that was another thing that kind of gave me that push, when people like that start to notice things. It was like, oh wow, okay, I guess I'm doing something right.
Awesome.
But
yeah, I mean, when I got to see a lot more of your photo photography when we became friends on Facebook, because the algorithm is just like, hey, check out all your new friends. So I'm happy that I did, and I'm happy that I'm really enjoying meeting a lot of the collectors out there in a virtual person type of way. And I was telling Ben last night when I was with 𝗙𝘁, like it was really cool to be able to interact with him, with not in chat, and SBeam also. So yeah, I'm really I'm enjoying this, and I wish I was telling Ben, I wish we should see if we could do a meetup at some random location around the world and just.
Why am I not following? I'm following you now.
Yeah, why are you? All of you guys.
I know. Come on, Ben.
Following him.
I'm so bad at like.
Well, and Ben, I think Ben knows
I'm new to the community. To be fair, like I'm like trying to catch up with like who the hell everyone is.
Well, and I know Ben. Obviously, I've made comments and streams about your review, especially your Kenobi review and stuff like that. Oh, that's my daughter screaming. In case you're wondering, she must, I think, a bug. But it's like going that the Inquisitor cosplay. I mean, there's times I'll start laughing to myself, and I'll stumble across it somewhere, and I'm like, it's just amazing. I'm like, and I'll tell people like, you got to follow this guy. So
I
appreciate
that, man. I do. Yeah, it's. Yeah, I suffer for my art.
your
Right.
cosplays, man. I don't know how you do it. Like how it seems like some subject will pop up and then you're already on it with a cosplay. Like something's happening in the pop culture world that's current, and you're just like done.
And it was just funny because you said it was so hot, and you're like, I think I put it on way too early. Because you had it on longer than you should have.
Sat in front of the fan in my bedroom like that, just like half an hour before the stream. Like, oh, what have I done? Yeah. There's
that was amazing.
Often with cosplay, the regret kicks in pretty quickly. But thanks, guys. I appreciate the love. I do.
Well, just know that your pain is worth it to everybody else. So that's yes.
Thanks.
No problem.
So rob from my own back though, because I feel like I've got to uphold that reputation. We're doing the Black Adam review on Rich's channel on Tuesday, and I'm just like, I don't have a Black Adam costume lying about. Funnily enough, like.
Really? You're pretty much set up for it. You have the
I mean, I taught The Rock everything that he knows in the gym.
You've got the 12-pack. You have the hair or the his head. Yes.
Yeah, there you go.
Perfection.
Just bring it, jabroni.
Let's see. And I'm guessing you're mostly Star Wars collector.
Yes, I've got some random. I think thankfully, as my wife walks by in the background, I said, thankfully, Spider-Man's the only thing outside of Star Wars, but it's only 3 figures. So as she as she just rolled her eyes and she goes, only 3. But yeah, I have my Spider-Verse figures and the classic suit standing in for my Peter B. So yeah,
very cool.
I love that classic suit Spider-Man.
But yeah, there's like a shot of Gwen.
Shot of Solo up there was so good in his
where?
Trooper.
Oh, the Mud Trooper.
Yeah, the Mud Trooper Solo.
That's
this one.
That's the one. Yeah.
That portrait shot. Yeah.
Stunning.
Yeah, look at that.
And as people know, I'm one of the crazy ones that likes to take my stuff outside. So,
You know what though? Like I've only done it a couple of times, and I've found a way to do it like in my garden, because you kind of, as you say, like you're worried about people seeing you and stuff, but like the way it elevates a figure and it kind of makes you can just tell when it's a Photoshop background as opposed to a real background, and it
right,
like shots like this really pay off. Very cool.
Yeah, and while we have you here, we might as well ask you, because I'm sure it's been, it's running around the whole internet, and probably every show has talked about it. So why not? Well, let's talk about it here. What are your thoughts on the Goblin? I know you don't collect too many Marvel, but that aside, as a figure in and of itself, how do you feel about it?
I'm having a hard time not wanting to buy it. Let's put it that way.
It's hard to ignore, right?
Right. Because I did want to try to get the Green Menace. Again, Maz has that one and has done photos with it, and I think and I love that classic comic book style, of that Goblin, and I think this is kind of something that kind of evokes that with the hood and stuff like that too. I think it kind of gives it that silhouette, of that, and makes it look more like that comic one. But I mean, as far as the detail, and I think even, what was it, Shane? He goes, how much he loves battle damage, and it's like, I think that being a battle damage suit and, kind of giving that character to it, I think it kind of elevates it even a little bit more. So yeah, I think it's great, and again, the sculpt is ridiculous. So already.
What are your thoughts on having all the Inquisitors come out? Are you interested in any of those, or for the 1/6?
It's painful because I'm trying to figure out how to do it more than anything. I'm a big, I guess, again, a Star Wars fan, but a big Rebels fan too.
Yes.
So seeing those characters and that, order of characters kind of, be finally shown in a live action, I thought was awesome. So, I mean, I think it's something that I definitely need to. It'll probably be I'm trying to cut back on that pre-ordering and wait and make my move when they're released or shortly before. Or panic when something goes low stock. So, I mean, hey, like everybody else. But yeah, I think that's definitely going to be in my future if I can swing the team.
Yeah, Rebels is probably for me one of the best Star Wars shows, movies, whatever out there. I mean, obviously there's some episodes that are filler, just like with Clone Wars. But the animated series stuff, I feel that people are just sleeping on it and not really, giving it the shot that it deserves. And it is great storytelling. Dave Filoni does an amazing job. And like, I got the same feelings and feels for these characters that I did with like the original trilogy characters. So I have like when Kanan, things. Have you seen? Is it a spoiler if I say it? Have you seen Rebels, Ben?
People have had plenty of time. I've seen.
It. Yeah. When Kanan died, it really hurt. It
I said to myself, I'm like, why am I doing this? He's not even a real.
Right?
I mean, I know it's the voice actor, and I love Freddie Prinze Jr., but I mean, come on, it's not a real person, and I'm like, why is this getting to me like this?
I know.
I know what you're saying.
Chopper is legit one of my favorite characters in like all of Star Wars. Like that droid, I bloody love that droid.
I really hope that Chopper shows up in this Ahsoka show or something so that we can get
he better, right?
I mean, technically he was in Rogue One for like a smidge, like
he's in the background, isn't he?
And
the ship is there at the end of Rise of Skywalker, isn't it? So technically they are about,
and they do like what do? They announce asking for General Syndulla to be So yeah, I'm really hoping we get those. I know that's like it's a lot of fan service, but I love it. I love those characters, so I don't care. And I'm also enjoying Andor too, and not having a lot of those characters drop in. So
well, I think because George Lucas isn't around. I mean, technically, if you really want to look at it, everything's kind of fan service anyway. I mean, it's fans that are making this now, not him. So, I mean, it's like those things are going to be added in. And again, if it makes sense and it's not like completely different generations, or things that it just wouldn't make sense, then that I can kind of accept things a little bit more.
Question.
But I mean,
if you could, is there any Star Wars characters that have not yet appeared in live action that you would like to see appear? I'm going to go first. I want Jackson, live action, big grin bunny on the screen. That's what I need.
Oh man, I think Zeb is one, and again with that Ghost Crew, I don't know what's
Zeb,
the chances.
So I was like, how is that gonna look? Like I was trying to kind of envisage like how it would look on a physical, effects level.
But they did. I think it's in the scrapyard that they pull Miggs from in The Mandalorian. When they go in to get him, there's one of the species. Like there, and he's like smaller and skinnier, but from what I understand, what they said, it was supposed to be the same species as Zeb. So that's my guess.
I'm gonna check that out.
Yeah. I was gonna say definitely check that out because I'm sure there's probably some still shots.
I think you're right. I think I remember seeing that or being talked about. Well. Real quick, let's say hey to Andre.
Hey, Andre.
How are you doing, Andre? Is that a pup? That's a beautiful puppet in that picture. That's cool. I wonder if he made it because we, as we've said before, Ben and I love the Muppets. We are huge Muppets fans. So, and I was last night. Brent McKenzie was in New York doing a concert. And Kermit came on stage and sang some songs with him. And I was like, why didn't I drive up to New York
I saw that.
to go see that? God, that would have been so cool. Because if when he comes to Philadelphia, that is not happening here. Kermit's not traveling all the way down. Andre says he does puppets for YouTube. Awesome.
Oh,
cool.
nice.
Yeah, we'll have
check
to
you out,
go look you up. Yeah. Because you can see Kermit's feet in Ben's view right there, just dangling.
Well, and we're talking pop culture and Star Wars and how far that has gone. It's like the Muppets too. Even how many years now that it's been that they still show up in things that,
Right?
and references and different things, different shows and whatnot. So yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah. So wait, did you answer what character you wanted? I think you did, didn't you?
Zeb,
Zeb, yeah.
Zeb.
I've just
now
had a
it's-
look as well. Like they've had Lassats in one of the prequel, the sequel things, but like they were quite small. But now I've seen them, I'm like, oh yeah, like it will be cool to see that, but as like a big hench dude, like.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
All
I love
give me
Zeb.
that.
So wait, Jackson isn't really canon right now, isn't he? Isn't that part of the extended universe? Are we gonna throw? I guess they've been bringing people in from everything. So
Jackson was never Legends as such. Like he was technically canon, or well, I don't know because those early like Star Wars books.
That was
obviously
early
had
comics,
Boba Fett, which has
like
been written
early
off.
Marvel, or not Marvel, but early Star Wars comics. Yeah.
He has been in a couple of the Star Wars Adventures stuff though, the new stuff, so which is kind of new canon. Because I think previously they had, I'm not sure if it was in Rebels or Clone Wars, but there's like a skeleton wearing the same red and yellow, gear, and it's got it's like a bunny, skeleton skull. So, but I think if you were to bring him back, the Mandalorian era is probably when you could potentially do it.
yeah.
And he's a bunny, so it's not like he's not going to age necessarily in the same way as like a human. So you could,
Well,
Hashtag
and in Visions,
bring us Jackson.
In Visions, they had the one animation group did the one characters, and the one was a rabbit, a bunny.
Yes.
So I mean, it's like it's kind of
so
there.
good as well,
Yeah,
man.
those were. Yeah, I need to go back and watch.
I'm not an
those.
anime fan. Like, if anything, I really don't like a lot of anime. But like, I was so heavily into some of those stories. Like, what the one I weirdly liked, the Jabba the Hutt band. The band that played on like the _Eve Classic or whatever, like that was incredible. Yeah, brilliant. Bring on season 2 of that.
But like I said, it's fun to laugh at stuff, man. It's fun to have. It's just fun
It's
to
Star
have
Wars,
fun
so let's have fun with it.
your Star
like
Wars,
I think that's the joy of Star Wars, though, isn't it? You can have something like Andor, which is so character driven, and kind of the themes of it are so deep and adult, and you can go from that to bloody Ewoks, for God's sake, And for me, I kind of have fun in both camps, and for me, there's no wrong answer really.
Exactly.
No, it's just you hate that the way the fan base reacts sometimes. You're just like, dude, go with the flow. Like,
if it's not for you, just sit it out, and
you don't even
you'll
have to talk about
maybe
it.
the next thing, or
like, there's no need to be like.
And to be fair, that's even when the Clone Wars came out. I specifically remember the time that I saw the first episode, and I'm like, what in the world is this? Back in 2008, and it took me probably a solid 2, maybe 3 years before I kind of went back and revisited. Now I've probably watched it through totally maybe 4 times, like all the way through, but I'll continuously go back and watch, different like arcs throughout. But I felt the same way about that. So yeah.
Yeah, that the first 2 episodes. Well, the movie that was broken down into a pilot. Yeah, if they, I think. Oh look, we got the booty bots.
You made it, the booty bots.
I know. How do people get rid of these?
Big time.
You
block
reply.
user. There it goes.
Yes, please.
Yes. Put user in timeout. Wait. There's one more, and there we go. Wow, I made it. Pop culture living room is
and your
now
screen
on
didn't
the
go
map.
blue or any color. There you go.
That's
Good God.
so.
You must have said a trigger word or something. We
I-
were
yeah,
alluding to various
was
things
like-
earlier. Maybe it was that.
Jackson. Jackson.
Bunny. Green bunny. That was it. Green bunny.
Green, but is one still showing up,
They
or
just
is
cut
this,
the first part.
are they all gone? Because on my side, it's showing that there's an error on the refresh. So
Still one there.
there's
It
still one
says
there.
all,
Damn it!
But message. One of them was like message deleted, so I think you're good.
Yeah, I'm trying to block the user, but they're
Strike
no.
them down.
They won't let me delete. Put in timeout. Oh no, there. S-Beam goes Kermit.
Now
That was it. Kermit.
Now Kermit performed right last night with Brett.
Yeah.
Did they sing one of my favorite numbers? But it's not Kermit. It's technically Constantine. You know, the baby, stop right there. Let me clear the air. Baby, looking through these eyes. What a tune that is.
I wasn't sure what Brett was doing with this tour, because I was like, it was like the no comedy
Like
songs.
serious. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
like
thought.
but I think they did the song from the beginning of the newer Muppets, sing a happy song.
Oh,
Something
yeah,
to see
yeah.
and something to do.
Yeah.
Life's a happy place. Life's a happy. Yeah. We you know, my little one, she's just like, sometimes we'll eat in front of the TV and watch the Muppet Show, like the old school Muppet
Amazing.
Show, and she just loves all of those. So yeah, I'm very lucky.
Cool.
Very lucky.
Nice.
Man, I didn't realize what time it was, and I still want to do tips. What's your display case look like? What's your display look like?
It right now looks like a garage sale. So, here, let me actually here. But I'll turn my. Hold on a second.
Okay.
He's gonna make it presentable first.
No.
I was thinking today, Ben, if you even wanted to take a shot at making your own Magic case the way from that video, dude. I know you say you're not handy or whatever, but
I mean, I'm handsy.
Ooze Nest is in the UK.
Whoa.
Oh wow! Holy
I was gonna
shit!
say, I just have the 2D toss on each side, and then
That does not look like a garage sale, my friend.
It does not look like. Yeah.
I'm not going to show you details of the figures and how they're in there, because it would make
wicked.
Shane like pass out and like fall over with the way his is like so clean.
Fuck Shane.
So yeah, exactly. There you go.
I can say that because we're friends.
I actually I do want to like announce that I do need to make a post, but my Ray speeder that
sweet,
from
Jessing.
Figure Flex.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's in. Yeah. Look at that.
Yes, they had to do a replacement because the seating area like broke off of the engine.
Oh jeez.
Yeah, I've heard a couple of things like that. Well, that's good. That's all you can ask, isn't it?
But if he's replacing it, that's great customer service.
But this is perfect though, because obviously I talked about wanting to change up the display and build some cases like what you've shown in your videos too. But like this bottom part, and doing something that would kind of be that entire space that will be my like clone collection.
So
good. Replace that Besta. So
those I have those Bestas as my like I built on their website. You can put in the measurements of your room or your wall, and then just like move pieces over and just design it. And that's what I did. Those Bestas are great for definitely for an entertainment center, and they do work out great for the for displaying your figures. And Ben,
I love the idea of a TV in the middle of the collection. Yeah. So like I work from home a lot, so at the moment like I'm sat at a desk and this is where it is, but next year I want to get a new job and stuff. So when I eventually go back to a normal kind of office job 5 days a week, I'm hoping to kind of replace my desk with a sofa or a chair to have that here, and then I'll bring this down and put a TV, in between everything. That's kind of, and then make this a bit of a cinema room. And as my little girl, she's only 2.5, but as she gets older, I could probably get away with watching some films in here, or even if I have my headphones in or whatever. So, but yeah, at the moment, that's obviously not doable.
Andre's been knows some of the Muppet guys, and he's
wicked.
been on, and they said that the Muppet studios and sets really are different from other movie sets.
Yep.
I bet, because they have you have to have them raised up so that they can be Now, I brought up.
Should we just do the next stream like that? Should we just do it like that? That's the next stream. We're just going to appear like that. Hello, YouTube. It's me, favorite attention.
Listen,
Geek.
my daughter, we started doing YouTube with. I started her channel first, but I was, I had plans on doing my own channel, and now that's kind of died off because I've been focusing on this stuff. But we're trying to bring hers back. And she wants to have not me as the co-host, but the puppet I was building on the channel as the co-host, Randall. And yes, to all the people that have been subscribed because of the puppet, I'm finishing Randall. I swear, I have the hair in the closet over there. I have the eyes, over here. I just, I'm focusing. Those were just like one-off things that I did. If you go to and look at the videos, I do have, I was making my own puppet, and his name's Randall.
That's why I subscribed, and I'm still waiting. So.
Patiently.
Listen, do not make those people out there upset with me, because I've had comments like, "This is a great video, but where's Randall?" Like on my other videos, on the 6 scale videos. Where's Randall?
You know what though? Like, I find that so hard. The sort of YouTube thing, and especially coming into the 1/6 scale community, is like you look at guys like Shane, completely thrived. Skyrocketed. In terms of like support numbers, everything like that. But his channel is purely 1/6 scale. A lot of content. It's all 1/6 scale, and I'm like, I will never do that because I can't. Because I want to do random movie reviews. I want to do kind of weird, sketches and things like that. And it's like, so it's hard because you kind of want to creatively do what you want to do, but then, as you say, some people subscribe for very certain things, and if you're not giving them that, then you lose them.
Oh, it's like if I posted a Spider-Man photo, they're gonna be like,
right,
likes, and nobody cares, and they just
this is supposed to be Star Wars. Yeah, it's so yeah. I mean, they do tell you to niche down to a certain thing, especially in the beginning. As you grow your channel, and people, there's going to be people there just for you. I had one guy on the first display case video I did a year ago. He posts this comment. He's like, "I woke up this morning. I don't even know how I got here, but." He's like, "I don't know how I got here. I don't even collect toys, but this video is awesome, and I'm subscribing. Nice. The way you cut your video." I was like, "Wow, that's great." But then he's got to be stuck with all the toy stuff. But I try to make it entertaining. I try to be funny. I try to not make it like, "All right, guys, stick the screw in here." I try to be funny. And what I'm trying to now segue to is the display case stuff that I put on the thumbnail. Answering your display case questions. I don't even know if anybody's in the chat that even wants to talk about this stuff right now, but I don't care. I'm gonna go through a few tips, so neither of you have attempted. Maybe you have attempted any of the cases. Doesn't matter. But there's a lot of people out there that have, and I love when they send me pictures of their finished product, and they all look like they come out amazing, and I'm so happy. And S-Beam is one of the ones that made those 𝗏𝗂𝗧 style cases. His turned out awesome, and yeah, I thank him for even attempting it, because he's the only one that I know of that attempted those style cases, and I'm happy that he was able to make them look the way he wants. He has his stacked on top of an actual 𝗏𝗂𝗧. You can't even tell which one is which. So that's
Now I
very.
feel the pressure because I want to make one. So if mine comes out like crap, I'm gonna be like, man, I don't want to show it to him.
Listen,
it'll come out all like.
No,
sure
I
it'd be
think
great.
No.
I think anybody can make this, even if
Right.
you feel like you're building disadvantaged. I'm sure there's a better way of saying that. But it really just takes patience. Just it's like following a recipe. Are you guys good at following recipes? No. Damn you guys.
Occasionally. Yeah.
Anyway, it's not as hard as you think. It just takes a lot of patience, and it might take longer than you would expect it to take. And you can just break it up into steps. One of the first things I want to talk about is the magnetic tape. I know I've brought this up before, but this is the only stuff that I know of that can hold the acrylic, and these are 3/32 thick acrylic. It's not thin. So I haven't been able to. I've tested like 3 or 4 different types of magnetic tape. This 𝗏𝗏 tape is great for the magnetization. It is 50-50 though with the stickiness on the other side.
Oh.
So part 2 of the magnetic tape is I super glue the magnetic tape down on everything I use it on. So the back panels super glued on, the front panels have been super glued on, or this one right here hasn't been super glued on, and you'll see wait, do you see that?
Yeah.
Okay.
It comes off. I haven't super glued these, but this is pretty heavy acrylic, and this is just a little one, and that's why I recommend this stuff, because it will hold it. A lot of people like to use Velcro, but Velcro, you just like tear it off, and then when you put it on, if you don't get it on right away the first time, then you have to pull it off again and put it on. This, you can slide it to the positions that you want. So 𝗏𝗏 or font or whatever. Well, I guess it's elephant 𝗏𝗏.
So is it like double-sided tape? You just
So
rip off. Oh right, okay,
yeah.
And can you cut that?
Yes.
So my wife had an idea, and I was like, "Hey, that's like a legit, potentially good idea." Or you guys are going to be like, "No, that won't work. That's stupid." But the idea is if I put a tiny bit of magnetic tape at the bottom of the figure's foot, and then at the bottom underneath the shelf, the shelf on the 𝗔𝗹𝗹, put a bit of magnetic tape, would, in theory, it stand, it kind of magnetize to the shelf. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it will. It's very
Without
strong.
a base, because that's a way for me to go base and standless. Because I look at like Shane's collection or whatever without stands, and I'm like, how does he bloody hover into his room? Because these guys would not stand a chance. Just stood there.
And with our
as
floors,
they are.
it's the same here. I would walk by it a couple times and everything would be done.
Well, what I would recommend for that, and you have to watch out for the poles on the magnetic tape. So if you put them on top of each other, you would have to have it set up so that they don't, because it's, there's the south and there's the positive and negative poles, and magnets and stuff. So when you put it on top of each other one way, it's off center. But if you flip it over, they're on together perfectly.
Oh, right. Okay.
But that's where I would recommend metal tape. So this, you can also cut with a, I wasn't planning on bringing this out, but this is meant to put magnets on, this tape right here. So it's got, you peel this back off, you put it on, and it is, I don't even know where the magnet went, but trust me, it's I use it for the front of this display. And they're right here, but I put vinyl tape, black vinyl tape over it to hide the white. So you can't see the white. Oh, that's what's wrong with the trooper. His leg is got to be put back on. But yeah, it popped off. That's the one thing I said this the other day in the stream that I did to open this. The legs keep pop off. It's an old figure, so the body is not like the same as nowadays. But yeah, Ben, if you get this, you can cut it easy in any direction. You put a couple of little strips, stick them on so you don't have them straight on to your cabinet, maybe only because the tape on this thing is strong, and the foam piece will come off because it's like a little cushion for some reason on this. But if you want to do that, this with this, super strong. Like the magnetic force on it is great. Let's see, what did S-Beam say? He said once I built the first one, the next two were easy. Yeah, and it's also more economical. Like when you go out and build multiples of that case, you can buy, you get 100 T-nuts, and you get more supplies than you need when you're building. And that's what, with everything that you buy as a consumer. So, but yeah, this link in the description. This is the best magnetic tape. And I hope they don't stop making it, because sometimes that happens and it makes me sad. Don't stop making this, App Lab. Oh, this I know I've seen Kong.
The what is it? The extruded aluminum. I think they even have that on Amazon.
Yeah. So this is made. This is the aluminum extrusion right here. So it's basically the same build as the hanging display case, but I made it smaller. But yeah, and that's how I get the acrylic to stay. I put the metal tape on. I cover it up. I could go and try to figure out the whole drilling and gluing a magnet into the channel to really go full 𝗏𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀 original design had a screw that you had to screw in so that it wouldn't fall out, or
Right.
fall down. So, let's see real quick. Covering the shelf. Covering the shelf is up to you. Do you want to do it in fabric? Hey, do it in fabric. Do you want to do it, just paint the shelf? Go ahead, paint the shelf. It's all up to you. Personally, I was trying to go for like a full 𝗏𝗔 look into these display cases. 𝗏𝗔 uses like a velvet material for their blacks, which this is upholstery grade velvet, which 𝗏𝗔 does not use. I don't think they use the higher end fabrics. I think it's just like a velvet material with a adhesive backing, and they just cover them. And the other thing is white faux leather. This is boat leather, so it's much more durable than the stuff that you see on Hot Toys' toys. But again, you don't have to do that. I've seen some guys out there contact paper, some guys spray paint, and it all comes out good. check out the community tab, but links in the description for both of those materials. You just staple them on, and it gives you that like upscale look. So that's why I did those. And then I guess I'll just end on this last one. It's a big question that I get all the time. Is how do you get your lights to fit in the thing? They don't fit because these come out too far. So like you have one of these on one end, and then you have the second one on the other end, and you have two of these extruding out, and this is 2 feet. The other, and so when you put two that are 2 feet in a 48-inch, so they're a little under 2 feet. This is a little under 2 feet, but you do it in a little. You try to squeeze it in. I know I didn't show this in the video, which I probably should have because I get a lot of questions about that. Hey, Justin. So what I really did was just I had have the magnet on here, and then I also super glued the magnetic tape on this because again, it's strong adhesive, but sometimes it comes out. I want it to be permanent. Get your Gorilla Glue out, glue that on. But I just all I did was work this down and bent it as much as I could, the ends. And if you want, you could even cut the little pieces in there. And then you just slide it all together in until the magnets hit the metal. And then, they're in there. They're in there for good. Like I've had no problems with them coming down. Now the top one has no worries because there's plenty of room. It's just the bottom two. Yeah, just smush it and just be careful not to bend the prongs that are in there. Other than that, it's just gently pushing it in and having it. You'll hear a little snap kind of sound because it like clicks in, which is really cool. So yeah, and these are great. And yeah, the other thing I did, I should have showed off earlier was I bought a dimmer switch for this thing. And so like if you're a photographer, you can work your lighting in this. Cool. Yeah, so when I put the video out for this, I'll include the dimmer switch because I believe Peter Tawn recommended because to do that because he likes posing figures and doing photography. This to be able to adjust your lighting in here, helps a lot, right? Would you agree, Harold?
Absolutely. Yeah, I was gonna say I think a lot of times people, and you were mentioning I think before I hopped on too, and it's about like the light. Sometimes the light you think you need a lot of light, and especially if you have a camera that's manual. It has that manual function. You change your shutter speeds to adjust for that. So sometimes that softer light, diffused light, works a lot better. So yeah.
Prime example of just like the light being too much. Like I need to dim this, because it's just so intense. So yeah, I think dimmer will go a long way. Guys, look what I found when you were.
What?
That's
first appearance of Jackson. There he is.
Nice. That's awesome.
I don't have many comics left these days. Like I pretty much sort of sold everything on, but
no, I remember
awesome.
having that in probably 78. I don't even know when that came out. Whenever I was old enough, because I was like probably 5 or 6 when that came out, and I remember having it, but it was not in that shape by the time I remember it last. So
comics got to be read. They've got to be read.
Oh yeah, definitely. Well, we're over 2 hours, but Commander Green, what's coming up on your Instagram? What can we look forward to?
Actually, I do have my Arena Boba Fett, which I haven't, a black. Well, I did the photo of the Dark Trooper, and it's photographing something with black armor is sometimes almost impossible because you get so many reflections and you got to, try to bounce the light instead of having direct light onto it. So I've been struggling with that a little bit. But I do have that and my Spider-Verse miles, so hopefully I'll get some
nice.
shots.
Wicked. Look forward to seeing those.
Yeah.
So, cool.
Awesome. Make
But
sure.
yeah, thank you so much for having me on here too, by the way. And obviously reaching out to me, and I'm just happy I was able to like hop on here for a little bit. So
Yeah, me too, because I did have a lot of questions about the photography, and you answered them really well. So hopefully I'll get some photos out here soon and see if I can do well. Again, it's gonna start off rough, but we'll get there. We'll get there.
no.
But yeah,
and
thank you for having
actually a quick shout. Yes, I'm sorry, and a quick shout out to Maz. Every Tuesday,
Yeah,
he
Maz
has
is
his toy
awesome.
photography talk, and he always has from 𝗏6𝗬𝗏 is
Trevor.
on there, and Trevor and cinematographer Harry, who did the video that everybody's been showing from the InArt event.
All right.
I think.
Okay.
I think. Oh shoot! I think Mario had it on his. I think. Anthony 𝗏𝗁 𝗦𝗶𝗱𝗲𝗏 had it on his. Incredible photographer too. But yeah, just a bunch of guys on there that just love to share information and like help everybody too. So again, it's Tuesday nights. I think he's changing the time maybe to a little bit later because it used to be 6 p.m. Eastern, and now he might be adjusting the time maybe 8 p.m.
Okay.
But yeah, just check out his channel.
Yeah, I've done some streams with Maz. He's a really good dude, and I have watched the Tuesday stream, and it is excellent.
He's helped me a ton. Yeah. So.
Yeah, he's so good. His photography. Go check out Maz's Instagram too, with his YouTube channel. He's so good.
And his original account was hacked too. So like anything to kind of help him kind of build that back up too.
Was he he was one of the I know there was a oh man, I might be thinking of a different. So he was hacked. He wasn't like taken down by like Instagram for okay, because there was a time where a couple of I don't know if they were photographers, but they were dealing with Jurassic Park, and they showed some things, and the toy company Hasbro had an issue with it, and they just took it down their sites, and they had like hundreds of thousands of followers, and to rebuild from that, this is hard. Yeah,
it was some kind of like 2-step verification scam where somebody messaged him and he thought it was somebody he
pretended to be a mate.
Pretended to be somebody else, and they got the information that way. I think is what happened, and I could be wrong, but it was something related to that. So yeah, just watch out for that. But yeah, definitely again, just anybody just to go out there and show him some support. And again,
definitely.
He does a lot for everybody just starting out, and from every level of photographer, he's there to like kind of help everybody out. So
awesome,
cool.
Ben,
Costa,
the real. I'm checking it out as soon as we get off, because I want to see this thing and loop it. I'm gonna just stick my phone out and it's just gonna play. You're gonna be at like 7 million views by tomorrow. So
I'll take those views where I can. So I just dropped my first reel, which is just literally like 30-second showcase of the Bloodsport figure. I think 3 poses, because it was one of the worst hand swap situations I think I've ever had to deal with. It was like a workout, Anyway, I also posted today my coverage of the event here in Manchester for the Love of Horror. So it was a horror convention that took place this weekend. So it's just sort of me attending, and some footage of the cosplay and some of the stalls and stuff like that. Some of the fun that went on stage as well. So that's what's going on. I'm hoping this week, a bit random, but I'm going to do an unboxing of this Panini Spider-Man sticker collection.
Oh, I love those things.
Just, something different. So I'll sort of document what's in that, first booster pack and stuff. So that will hopefully be out this week. I'll be on 𝗵𝗁 Comics channel tomorrow night, 7:30 p.m. UK time, for our Halloween edition of What If. So basically on What If, we rewrite iconic characters, come up with our own stories, and the challenge this month was to mix Michael Myers with Frankenstein and come up with a story. So that will be tomorrow night on his channel, and then on Tuesday I'll be over on Reviews with Rich to have a live discussion / argument about Black Adam. So I'm looking forward to falling out with Rich over that on Tuesday.
Wait, what side are you on? Can I get a little?
I really hated it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Really. Yeah, I was.
Oh man.
It's really bad. But we'll get into it on Tuesday, and I'll of course give my reasons, and we'll work through it, and it will be a productive session, I'm sure.
Yeah, what's I'm subscribed to both of them, but I gotta check my notifications on those because I do like watching. I love Rich's movie stuff because I have seen. I guess you were talking about Terminator. You guys were talking about Terminator last week or the week before, and Peter's channel. I don't even know why I get no notifications because that would be fun to see you guys. It's during work. I have it on while I'm working, and every once in a while when I hear something, I'm like, wait, what? Let me talk.
Yeah, I mean Peter's pretty much live every Monday now, like for different types of shows. So pretty much every Monday. 7:30, 8 p.m. UK time will be live on his channel. So
awesome. Yeah. There's nothing new happening here. I'm still doing all the same stuff that I've been trying to figure out, getting the video set up for this, and there's so many like toy reviews, like I'm dying to do them, but the last 2 weeks these ear infections with the vertigo have been really messing with me, and today
you're not
really
on the mend
bad.
yet, or
yeah,
it's no joke. Yeah,
it is bad. So I'm working on those, but next week we're not going to be here. We'll come back in 2 weeks because I am going out of town to go see a band, because that's what we like to do here. We like to go to concerts and Comic-Cons and stuff like that. So we will see you in 2 weeks. And thanks for everybody who showed up. Thank you to Commander Green. This was a pleasure, and I'm really happy that you came on. And Ben, as always,
thank you.
And I wish I had an outro, but we're just gonna say goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye.